debilitating fear subsides. So just like bear with me. Nope, it didn't. Nope, it's going to be here forever, so I apologize. I'm sure it's very evident in my face and mannerisms. So, I've actually not lived in Chicago that long. I've only been here for a year. And to me, it seems like I just got here. Like, I don't know. I'm not really used to, like, living in a city, because I'm from small town Ohio. So the city is still very, like, fun to me. In fact, just little things still excite me. I'm going to sit down, like sitting. Little things like riding the L. Like, I love riding the L. Like, people, like, Chicagoans, like, who've been here for a while, like, hate riding the CTA. Like, they just hate it. But I love it. Like, it's like riding a really shitty roller coaster. Like, it's awesome. Like, I really like it. And I think we all sort of play those games when we're riding on the L, but we don't really talk about it that much. We all do that thing where, like, we find one person on the train, and we just imagine the rest of our lives with that person. Do we do that, right? Like, I do that all the time. Like, I'll find, like, a really handsome man, and I'll just, like, get really elaborate. Like, I'll just, like, get completely lost in it. Like, I'll imagine what our first date will be like, and what our wedding will be like, you know, if it ever gets legal. And I'll imagine what color of babies we'll adopt. You know, stuff like that. Like, I think that's really fun. Right? Exactly. But the thing is, I'm really emotionally fickle, so I get really, really invested in these completely hypothetical relationships. So much so that, like, when they get off the L, which they obviously will at some point, I feel betrayed. Like, what are you doing? What about all we've had? Like, how are you doing this? How are you doing this to me right now? Just the other day, I was going downtown, and this guy just walks out the train and just, I didn't even mean to, I just blurted out, "I can change!" It was bad. Needless to say, I am great in relationships. Just all of this, just the guys love it. Well, speaking of relationships, I've been dating a lot, which is fun. I actually didn't really date that much before I moved to Chicago, but, you know, since I'm here, you know, we got this whole thing going on, so it's like, yeah, I'm dating, which is fun. I was seeing this guy for a while. He turned out to be a psychopath, so that didn't work out very well. But I remember we were sort of like fooling around one night, and I couldn't help but notice that his pubic hair was a different color than the hair on his head, which is weird, obviously. He noticed that I noticed. I don't know how. I don't know if I did like a double take, sort of like a like that thing, like. I don't exactly know what I did, but he noticed that I noticed. And I remember him saying, "Oh yeah, my pubes are auburn." I was like, "What? Auburn?" Because that, like, the color auburn, that's not a color that I think about, like, ever. I've literally never thought about it. I've never written it. I've only said the word auburn, like, 3 times. And all those times were just now. I've never said it before in my entire life. And he just says it so matter-of-factedly, like he's thought about it before. And I know for a fact that auburn was not present in the 16 or 32 Crayola packs. You had to convince your mom to shell out for the 64 pack to find that shit. And I don't know about you guys, but my mom would not fucking shell out for the 64 pack. My parents were too busy putting food on the table. They didn't give a fuck if I had 17 different shades of red to color my fucking dinosaurs with. Which is weird. But seriously, like 64 colors? Like, if you put a gun to my head and told me to just list 10 colors, I couldn't do it. I have a bullet in my head. I can't think 10, 10 colors? Okay, there's Roy G. Biv, which we all know, and then at that point, I would just start listing off Gatorade flavors, like Arctic Rush, Arctic Chill, G2. I don't know. Like you'd be better off just trying to imagine all of the foods that gay 30-year-olds eat for brunch, like oatmeal, champagne, eggshell, grapefruit. Then you just be good. But 64? I don't know. That seems like a God. And, big surprise, as we get older, we realize that, like, half of those colors were racist. We didn't know that at the time. We were, like, little kids. We were fucking dumb. We didn't know any better. Like, Indian red. Like, what is that about? There was Landlord Brown, which I didn't realize at the time. I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, whatever. Like Laundromat Owner Yellow. Like, what the fuck is that? That's not okay. That's not okay at all. Jesus Christ. If there was a faggot purple, I wouldn't know any better. I'd just be like coloring all of my Pokemon with like faggot purple. Like, this is awesome. I like this. Jesus Christ. Faggot purple. That's actually kind of cool. That sounds like an arts collective in Brooklyn, doesn't it? Like faggot purple, like a place where poets and artists can like live and work together in a loft or some shit. They probably only eat like purple things like grapefruit and, or actually grapefruit's not. Like grapes and eggplant, maybe. Like that's all they eat. God, just think of how like horrible that newsletter would be. But oh, sorry. Wow. Shit. I'm sorry. I do this thing where I go on tangents and I talk about stupid, meaningless shit for a while. I'm really sorry, you guys. So about this guy's pubic hair that I was talking about earlier. But the thing, okay, so Auburn again, just weird. But the thing is, like Auburn, that's not an accident. You don't just randomly spurt out, yeah, it's Auburn. Like you've thought about that. There had to be a moment in this dude's life when he looked at himself and like thought about and studied and finally determined that this was the color. He's thought about it. And I'm wondering, like, what kind of detailed research went into you determining that that was the color of your pubes? You know, like, did he go to Sherman-Williams and just like hold up swatches to his crotch until like he found the right color? Like, did you look at a picture of a horse that a 13-year-old girl drew and think, that, my dick looks just like that horse? And that's all I got. Thank you so much, guys.
Another round of applause for Cody, everybody.
Yeah, Cody!